We already knew that we were going to love Wanaka, and we wanted to make sure that we allowed ourselves enough time to really enjoy it. So we booked 3 nights at our top 10 holiday park. As far as an agenda goes, we didn't have one at all. All we wanted to do was just eat and drink. So we got a coffee straight off the bat in the morning at the coffee shack, which was by far the best coffee I've had in a long time. Not only does the coffee shack supply beautiful flight coffee, but they've also got a pretty impressive stash of home brewing tools, which I love to see. I had a great chat with the owner, Bonnie Lamb, who I didn't know took 4th place in the New Zealand Barista Champs this year, and she used to be an Auckland resident herself. How long have you had this place?
So I've had this place for 4 years. I originally was from Auckland, came down snowboarding, and then
Never left?
never left.
Wanaka has so many good cafes and restaurants that it was really hard to choose where to go to eat, but we did go to Kai Whakapai twice because the Bloody Marys and the ham hock hash was too good to pass up. After a big night of eating and drinking, we decided, over some more eating and drinking, that we wanted to do a wine tour. So we just hopped on Google and clicked on the very first one that we saw. Wanaka Wine Tours. Our tour guide Scott came and picked us up right from our top 10 holiday park, and we didn't really know what to expect because neither of us have ever been on a wine tour before, but we were pretty delighted to see that we were the only ones on the tour. Scott was pretty awesome. He was super knowledgeable, chatted the whole way to each winery, and I'm just going to kind of let this experience speak for itself.
They're less buttery, they spend less time in new French oak, which means that they still get the goodness of the oak, gives it like the really brownness of the texture and the aging capabilities, but you're getting a lot of the fruit and character coming through as well.
budget because I thought the same when they said our 2020 was coming out. I was like, already? Like,
you don't want to share it. You don't want friends. You really don't want friends. We've got our estate Pinot Shingle Beach 19, which is a new release, and that is phenomenal.
This was an absolute amazing experience. If you have time to in Wanaka, I would highly recommend doing a wine tour and checking out Wanaka Wine Tours. Scott was an absolute legend. We got to see parts of Wanaka that we wouldn't have had we not done this tour, and we walked away with 6 bottles of wine. After our tour, we just grabbed a quick bite from Big Fig, which was delicious, headed back to the campground, and got some sleep because the next day we were sadly leaving Wanaka. But don't worry, we will be back. Into Queenstown though, we obviously needed to check out Cardrona Hotel. Cardrona Hotel is one of the oldest and most iconic hotels in New Zealand, and I'm pretty sure it's the most photographed place in New Zealand. Queenstown, we took a small break from the van and decided to stay in the Holiday Inn because look at that view. It was pretty crazy to see Queenstown so quiet. I had only been here once before, but the first time that I was here, it was completely saturated with tourists. So it was kind of nice to be doing the touristy things without any lines and not a lot of people everywhere. So we definitely did the luge 3 times. It was awesome, and we had a few beers at the top before heading back down. After a lot of luging, eating, and drinking, we went to bed early because the next day we were going to Arrowtown. I already knew that I was gonna love it here. I mean, what's not to love? It's an old historic gold mining town. Really reminds me of Park City, Utah. It's got great coffee. I finally got to check out Goldie Cafe, which I've been wanting to try for ages. Very nice coffee from there. And we got to check out the remarkable sweet shop, which was absolute mayhem. But I spent $50 on candy. Before leaving Arrowtown, we were sure to go by the Ray White Wall and see what properties were for sale and what we could afford, which is nothing. But we'll keep on dreaming. Before we knew it, it was our final day in Queenstown, and it was time to become reacquainted with our van and get back up on the open road. This was also the time of the trip where my emails from work started coming in, so I was looking forward to having no reception. Next stop, Milford Sound.